If you are always juggling data in Google Sheets, getting to know the unique function, differences between unique and distinct values, as well as the combination of the unique function with other functions like sort, can really be a game changer for you. Today, I will show you how it works, the what and why, as well as how it can make your spreadsheet data management a lot smoother. Hey there, I'm Yevgen from OWOX. On this channel, we speak all things about analytics, marketing, spreadsheets, and all sorts of data manipulation. I'm here to make your data work for you. That's it. Whether you're a data analyst, project manager, marketer just like me, a small business owner, or a C-level, or just anyone else who uses spreadsheets, in about 10 to 15 minutes from now, you will see how the unique function can help sort and filter your data the way you need this. Say goodbye to annoying duplicates and welcome to better analysis. So, buckle up, grab your data, and let's fill out your tables of data with tons of useful calculations in seconds. With this being said, let's kick things off. Getting the hang of the unique function in Google Sheets can be a total game changer, especially when you are trying to get rid of duplicate values and keep your data in tip-top shape. So here is how the syntax looks like. You just type in unique, then you need to specify the range of data to be filtered. Other two things are optional. First, you can specify whether to filter the data by columns or by rows. By default, this is set to false, which means columns. True would filter your data by rows. Also, you can specify whether to return only entries with no duplicates. In other words, true returns unique values that occur exactly once, while false, which is a default value, returns all distinct values. Before diving deeper into the unique function itself, it's essential to understand the difference between unique and distinct values, as that's really important to what you will get when applying this formula. So first, distinct values. These are all the different values in your dataset counted without repetition. This is very important. This is primarily what the unique function retrieves by default. So let me show you this on our example. As you can see on my screen here, we have a list of customers as well as the order date. So if you want to extract distinct customer entries, use the following formula. All you have to do is to go to the cell F3, then type in unique, then specify our range B3 to B15, close the parentheses and hit on enter. So we have 8 customers here. All of them have a unique customer name. So that's what goes to the distinct values. Unique values, on the other side, refer specifically to values that appear exactly once within a data range. In Google Sheets, achieving this requires setting the exactly once parameter of the unique function to true. That's the third one. So we go to the cell G3, then type in unique, specify the same data range, type comma, then type comma 2 times because we don't want to specify the column or row parameter, and then we set the exactly once parameter to true. As you can see, we have only 3 customers that appear on our list exactly once. Understanding this difference between unique and distinct will help you effectively apply the unique function to meet your specific needs. Before we will dive deeper into this, just grab this template I'm using from the description to this video. Then make a copy to your drive and play around with it. It's tailored to help you practice and master the unique function yourself. Download this template for better learning journey. Imagine you're working with a marketing dataset that tracks advertising campaigns across different regions, platforms, and ad types. Look, I don't have the cost and revenue metrics here because that's not what we're here for today. Here is what our table looks like. So column A shows the campaign ID, column B shows the region, column C the platform, and column D the ad type, like videos for Facebook ads, banners, carousel ads, etc. Our task is to extract unique entries from each column, unique regions, unique platforms, and unique ad types. This helps us understand the diversity of our advertising efforts without sifting through duplicate entries. And that type of grouping might help to count the number of campaigns, calculate total costs, or revenue generated by different dimensions like region. Basically, segment it all. To tackle this, as you might already realize, we will use the unique function. First, I'll go to the cell F2, add the unique function here, and then specify our region column as a range. I'll go with B2 to B, and I'll close the parentheses. This formula pulls out each region from our table without any repetition. Just east, north, south, and west, right? Next, I'll simply drag this formula from the cell F2 to H2. So here we have the unique platforms we are running the ads for, like Facebook, Google, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. And then we have the unique ad types that we have our ads for. But look how we can change it and we'll get a completely different result. When using the unique function across multiple columns by setting the range as B2 to D, instead of dragging the formula across cells F2 to H2 for each column individually, this function processes all three columns together. This means that it identifies unique combinations across the region, platform, and the ad type as a single entity. Each row now is the output of a unique combination of these three fields. This differs from the individual column approach where unique was applied separately to each column, resulting in a list of unique values for each column independently. This method might be particularly useful when you need to analyze the interplay between different data dimensions and reduce redundancy in your dataset visualizations. Now, let's amplify the power of this unique function by combining it with another cool function in Google Sheets, SORT function. This combo allows us not to only extract distinct entries, but also order them in a suitable way. This is suitable when it's important to sort your data based on some condition. For example, if you're handling a list of dates and you want them sorted from oldest to newest or vice versa. So let's go to our F2 cell and add sort to our unique function here. This formula first extracts unique regions and then sorts them in ascending order. We can take this even further by sorting based on multiple criteria. Suppose you want to sort by regions and within each region by platforms, both in ascending order. So we will first add the unique function here, so unique B2 to D. We'll now rename the header. And then we'll wrap it with the sort function. Then we can add the column we want to sort our results with. Number 1 is region, because regions are in the column 1 of our data range, and then true, which means ascending. Good to go, nothing changed because column 1 and then ascending is a default order. But now we need to also sort it by platform, so we just add here the column 2 and then ascending. So our formula first finds unique combinations across the columns from B to D. Then it sorts these combinations, first by region, column 1 in the output of the unique function, and then by platform, column 2 in the output of unique, both in ascending order. If you need to reverse the order, so for example we can easily do so by setting the third parameter of the sort function to false. So just go here and change it to false. Or we can change the order of the columns by replacing 2 and 1. So you can apply similar adjustments to sort based on different columns and in different orders, depending on your specific reporting needs. Next, our task is to not only identify the unique entries in each column, but also count how many times each unique entry appears in our list of campaigns. This helps in understanding which regions are the most targeted, which platforms are preferred, and what types of ads are the most common. To start, we will apply the unique function to find distinct regions, platforms, and ad types, just as we did already a couple times today. Then, we will use the COUNTIF function to count how many times each unique entry occurs. So to count unique regions, we will type in COUNTIF, then specify the range we are going to be counting, B2 to B. Then we will specify our criterion, which is F2 to F5. Let's probably say F10. So, 26 campaigns in our North region. We'll now wrap this up with an array formula, which will then display the count of campaigns for each of the regions. We'll do exactly the same for our ad platforms and ad types. And while we're doing here, if you're not yet familiar with an array formula, we have an amazing article on our blog as well as the video on this channel, so you can find it in the description to this video. So now you can see how popular each platform is by counting the campaigns, how many times each is used across. And we know the variety of the ad types and their frequency of use. Now we can add a simple column chart to see it more visually. We can do it for platforms, or we can change it to the ad types, etc. So this method is especially beneficial when preparing data for reports where the frequency and spread of data points are critical. After figuring out how to use unique function with COUNTIF to quantify our distinct values occurrences, we can now use this clean data to create dynamic dropdowns. So we have already applied the unique function to our regions, platforms, and ad types, and we have this unique list in the columns F to H. So first, select the cell range we want to convert into dropdowns. For example, let's say we want to allow users to select a region. So we'll select B2 to B5, let's say. Go to Data menu and select Data Validation. We need to add a rule here. So we'll change the range here to be from B2 to B. Then we need to change our criteria here from a dropdown to dropdown from a range. And then we need to specify this range. So it's going to be F2 to F5. Let's say F10 probably, in case we will have some new ranges in the future. To visually distinguish between different selections, we can highlight certain conditions. For instance, you might color code regions. So we will say East is going to be orange, North is going to be blue, South is going to be yellow, and West is going to be green. We also have a few of the advanced options here. First, we can either show or hide the help text for a selected cell. Then, if the data is invalid, we can either show a warning or reject the input. In our case, I'll reject the input. And then there is a display style, like chip, arrow, and plain text. Just select the one that works for you here. And let's also create drop-downs for another columns right here. So for the platforms in column C, we will get the unique values from column G. We'll color them properly. Facebook is blue, Google is red, Instagram is whatever, Twitter is now black, Elon Musk made X stop being completely blue. And we will add the same drop-downs to the ad types columns as well, because that's going to be easier to navigate it through. So creating drop-down lists from unique results not only streamlines user interactions, but also enhances the accessibility and usability of your data in reports. With these drop-downs, users can customize views so it's more visually appealing, probably leading to better data utilization. To further refine the user experience and increase the utility of these dynamic drop-downs, not the static ones, we'll incorporate the sort function within each drop-down to present the options in a logical order. This would make our navigation easier. Let's now go back to our regions in the column F, where we have already applied the unique function. and then we would sort them alphabetically with a sort function. Now you can see how the options in the drop-down menu are now sorted. We can do the same for the ad platforms and the ad types. By sorting the data within our drop-downs, we not only make our lists more navigable, but also enhance the overall effectiveness of data selection even further. Look, all of the examples we've already explored today had columnar data, but what if you have your information organized horizontally? For the unique function, that is not a problem. Let's handle it. As you can see on my screen here, there is the same kind of data, but this time it's spread horizontally. It's a less common case, but who knows when you get to it, so you should be ready. So IDs, platforms, regions, and ad types, all the same. Let's now get the unique values. We'll apply the same unique function to our range, but we will also add the true parameter at the end. This true parameter instructs Google Sheets to process the data horizontally, rows-wise, rather than vertically as it is by default. Sometimes, for the sake of data analysis or presentation, it's more useful to transform these horizontal lists into a vertical format, right? This can enhance the readability as well as compatibility with other spreadsheets that typically accept data in the vertical format. We will just use the transpose function. We'll just wrap our unique function with it. By applying transpose to the results of the unique function, the unique values identified across each row are flipped to create a vertical list. Let's just super briefly discuss the potential pitfalls of the unique function and the tips to overcome them. First up, dealing with non-uniform data types. Sometimes your range might mix text and numbers, which can throw off your results. The fix? Standardize everything to one type. Use two text or value functions to get all your data uniformed before you run unique function. Next, merged cells. This can really mess all your functions. Before you do anything, make sure to unmerge any cells in your range. Just right-click, select Unmerge Cells, and you're good to go. Handling a large dataset. You got a ton of data? Running the unique function might slow things down. Try breaking your data into smaller chunks or switch to using the filter function for better performance. I'll leave a link to the article about using the filter function in the description to this video right down below. But if performance is still an issue, consider using Google BigQuery to store your data and handle large datasets more efficiently. When you do this, you'll then be able to use Google Sheets as a window to your corporate data. That's exactly how we help businesses at OWOX. You'll be able to get your data into a spreadsheet, always on time, automatically updated, with or without specific SQL knowledge. We've developed it to be a place for data collaboration between data and business teams to make data accessible to everyone. Next, empty cells getting in your way? If you don't want them in your results, pair unique with filter, just like this, unique, filter, and then specify the range. It's a neat trick to keep your data clean. Case sensitivity issues. Remember, the unique function sees apple and apple as different entries. To avoid this, convert your data to all upper and lower case with lower or upper before applying unique. And what about the order of data? If you need a specific order, don't just rely on unique. Wrap it with a sort function to arrange the data just how you need it. Let's now talk about some specific errors that you might encounter. Number 1. The value error. This usually means there is something off with your range. Make sure it's correctly formatted and referenced. Number 2. The NA error. Double check that your range is correctly defined. Without the right range, unique cannot do its job. Number 3. The ref error. This pops up if there is an issue with the sheet references. Verify that the sheet names in your formula match exactly with what you would expect. Number 4. The name error. A simple typo in the function can cause this issue. Check your spelling. It should be just unique and then the range. And there you have it. Today, we've explored almost everything from the basics of how to use the unique function in Google Sheets, the difference between unique and distinct values, powerful combinations with functions like SORT and COUNTIF, how to create dropdowns, and so much more. If you found this video helpful, why not take your skills even further? Grab your Google Sheets template linked in the description below this video. It's packed with all of the examples we've gone through today, ready for you to use and master the unique function firsthand. Please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel for more practical tips and tricks on Google Sheets and data analysis. Hit that notification bell so you are always updated with our latest content that's sure to boost your analytical skills. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Yevgen from OWOX, and remember, every little step you take, every little tip you master in spreadsheets is a step towards sharper, more effective data management. Keep exploring, stay data savvy, and as always, happy analyzing.